This is exactly how you play the game, ladies and gentlemen. California Governor Gavin Newsom just showed us how to stand up to Donald Trump effectively and how to play the game of politics in 2025. And that is by rewriting the rules. There is currently no rule book, and this is what really annoys me. Democratic leaders in the United States and pro-democracy leaders across Europe always seem to be playing by Donald Trump's arbitrary rules. Like, he'll make up these random arbitrary deadlines of 90 days or 2 weeks. And like European leaders and Democratic leaders in the United States will scramble to follow those deadlines, even though they're arbitrary and fake and mean nothing. Time and time again, we see people kind of like tripping over themselves to abide by Donald Trump's framework when this framework is dog shit. It's garbage. So California Governor Gavin Newsom did something differently. I don't know if anyone's done it to this level since Donald Trump gained power back in 2016, but what he did was create his own deadline proactively. He said, Trump, if you don't stop your BS by this date, we are going to proactively take a swing at your redistricting plan. So rather than playing the role of the reactionary counterpuncher, Newsom gave Trump his own deadline. And I can't tell you how happy it makes me. I was literally full of ecstasy when I read this tweet, not only because it's funny, but because Democrats have been the party of counterpunching for a decade. And I say this all through the lens of somebody who voted for Kamala, and then I voted for Biden in the election before. I will continue to vote blue. I believe in the democratic values of, democracy, liberalism, freedom, equality, all of these things. I just want to get that out of the way. That being said, we are just the party of counterpunching. Why are we the party that always is reacting and trying to scramble to come up with the best response rather than presenting our own forward-looking ideas? So, rather than counterpunching, Newsom gave Trump his own deadline. And he said, if you don't stop by this date, if you cross this line in the sand, we are going to punch. So, let's start with the tweet that Governor Newsom's office sent out because it is brilliant, and then we'll break down some of the broader stakes at play. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the Adam Mockler feed because we will continue to deliver pro-democracy news. And this is what the Governor Newsom press office said. Donald Taco Trump, as many call him, missed the deadline. Oh, it's so brilliant because you know what Trump does? He always puts random words in quotes like this. Like he'll capitalize it and put words in quotes for no reason whatsoever. So this is a very Trumpian post, obviously intentionally so. It says, Donald Taco Trump, as many call him, missed the deadline. California will now draw new, more beautiful maps. They will be historic as they will end the Trump presidency. And then in parentheses, Dems take back the House. Big press conference this week with powerful Dems and Gavin Newsom, your favorite governor. That will be devastating for MAGA, MAGA in quotes. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Gavin Newsom. It's so good. It's so funny because he's trolling Trump with his own nonsensical type of rhetoric, but also it kind of works as well. He's using the really simple anchor words, like if I zoom in right here, you see big, powerful, favorite. You see devastating, but it kind of works when he says powerful Dems and Gavin Newsom, your favorite governor. The flipping of the rhetoric really does make Trump seem like an absolute lunatic because he is. So what happened is that Donald Trump missed the deadline. They called him Taco, and this is where the real policy begins. Let's do the real policy breakdown because the stakes are very high. Governor Newsom said California will now draw new electoral maps after Trump missed the deadline. He called them Taco Online, short for Trump always chickens out, prompted by the president's flip-flop on deadlines. Trump's entire tariff policy has been to set these arbitrary deadlines, meaning they have no basis in reality. He just makes up a date and says, in 90 days from now, we're going to do this or that. So these arbitrary deadlines are then followed by people for no reason. People are now flipping that and giving Trump arbitrary deadlines. The post follows a series of snarky, all-caps tweets meant to mimic Trump's social media style. Several states have waded into the redistricting wars, where Newsom and other Democratic state leaders had threatened to draw retaliatory maps if Texas were to move ahead. Here's a high-level view of what they're trying to do. Republicans know that they can't win the midterms through Democratic means, like voting, so they're trying to redraw the map in Texas. Texas is the biggest red state, so they're trying to redraw it and force a few new Republican seats out of the map. Like squeeze as many seats out of the map as possible so they can retain power in the midterm. So Governor Newsom said, if you guys do that, we are going to punch back and we are going to redistrict California. But what Governor Newsom then did, which I really appreciate, is he decided not to do it in a reactionary way. He said, no. We're not just going to punch back. We are going to punch first. We are going to punch first and make sure that you guys do not rig this. And even more high level, what this does as well is give Governor Newsom leverage. So Trump hasn't actually gone through with the Texas redistricting. What Newsom can do as he starts this process is say, hey, we can actually stop the process at any moment if you guys decide to stop. It's called a prisoner's dilemma. When you trap somebody in an equally bad situation and you see who can break out of the situation first. Governor Newsom put Donald Trump in an effective prisoner's dilemma and said, one of us is going to have to break or both of us do a race to the bottom. It's very, very clever, and it gives Newsom all of the leverage in this situation. Newsom's office summarized the letter Monday in a mocking social media post saying, Donald Trump, if you do not stand down, we will be forced to lead an effort to redraw the maps in California to offset the rigging of maps in red states. But if the other states call off their redistricting efforts, we will do the same. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I'm just going to say it. Governor Newsom really has the most juice out of any Democratic leader right now. And that's not to undermine or undervalue any other leaders. I live in Illinois and work out of Illinois, so I love Pritzker. Pritzker is genuinely amazing, but Newsom is stepping up to a new level right now, and he's playing Trump's game. Not just playing it, but he's rewriting the rules of the game and forcing Trump to play by his rules, saying, you follow my deadline or else, or we will preemptively do this. And when I say on my show that Democrats need to be more aggressive, this is what I mean. I also use the phrase political knife fighter a lot. And some people think that's too harsh, but no, we need people who are political knife fighters who can go out there and knife fight. Obviously in a metaphorical sense, but I think Jasmine Crockett is one of the best examples. Jasmine Crockett, representative from Texas, can go out there and can verbally destroy any Republican in a 60-second clip. That is very valuable in today's media ecosystem. So what Newsom did was clever. He turned the deadline weapon back on its creator, the dude who always is leveraging deadlines, and said, you better follow this. We know that Trump historically struggles in a reactive role. What I mean by this is Trump is actually quite good at dominating the narratives, controlling the headlines, and making sure that we're reacting to him. But it seems like Trump struggles when he's the one that's forced to react to a story. Like Epstein, he really, really struggled to take back the narrative, and he still hasn't. So this is a good example of Dems playing on our own terms, controlling the narrative, and if Dems want to compete with Trump's chaos-driven headline dominance, this is the playbook. Stop playing by his rules. Stop dancing to his music. Does that make sense? Stop dancing to his music. Let's start conducting the orchestra on our own. We write the rules. We write the songs. He has to dance by our music. All right, the music analogy is getting convoluted. I'm going to leave it there. If you appreciate the videos we make, drop a like below. Make sure you're subscribed to the Adam Mockler feed. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.